This your boy Sudds from Dream Big and Live Small, and you watching Takeover TV. Take over.
Dream big and live small.
Yes, sir.
Favorite brand.
I appreciate it.
I swear, I think out of my clothes, I wear, outside of my work stuff, you know, where I wear button-ups and stuff. Outside of that, I think 90% of my wardrobe is Dream big and live small apparel.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. A lot of people love it. Dope brands, never let me down. So how did it all evolve? How did you come up with the name? And, you know, just give us the backstory of how Dream Big and Live Small came about.
Dream Big and Live Small started, man, it was 2011. 2011, I was working up at Jet Bean Steakhouse, and I was listening to a rapper at the time named Bizzle. He wasn't a Christian rapper, but some people kind of put him in that category. And he had this song with Willie Moore, and it was called Dream On. And he had a verse in a song where he was like, dream big even if you're small right now. Tell the dream killers you don't want to talk right now. And that particular verse always stood out every time he rapped. The dude had a crazy flow. I don't really hear nothing from him no more. And I said, damn, that's dope. And it always would be on my mind because I listened to that song like all the time. At the time, I kept a notebook, so I was always writing. I was up real late, like maybe 2:30 in the morning. And I would just write about my day, you know what I'm saying? Really almost like a journal, you know what I'm saying? I'll write about my day, I'll write down different things, like different thoughts that would come across my mind. And that song was on my mind. So I was like, dream big even if you're small. But I didn't come up with Dream Big and Live Small just yet. I think I did Dream Major or Live Minor. I think that was the very first one.
Okay.
I think I did Dream Big or Live Basic. That was the second one. And then I did Dream Big or Die Small. And that's what I thought it was, because I actually when I got that tattooed on me, Dream Big or Die Small. But I was like, that die kind of got like a negative connotation. You know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't trying to put that on nothing. I was like, Dream Big or Live Small. I was like, that's it. That's it. That's it. I went and woke my wife up and I told her, I said, Dream Big or Live Small. This it. This it. She like, what you talking about? I said, look, this is it. This gonna be big. Dream Big or Live Small. I think I had asked, Instagram hadn't even started yet. If it did, it was in like
infant stage.
It was in like its infant stage. I think people were just using Instagram just for filters at the time. And so I went on Facebook. I was kind of vocal on Facebook still at that time. And I had asked, I said, hey, if I dropped a shirt that said Dream Big or Live Small on it, who would rock with it? And maybe 8 or 10 people was like, shit, I get one. So I said, all right, cool. So man, I just dropped some shirts. I took like maybe $400, $500. I saved us some money from work, and I went and got like 50 shirts, 50, 60 shirts. I got them all printed up, and I dropped them on a Friday, and they sold out. Like by Saturday, like the next day, they were sold out. So I said, damn, let me try this again. So I went and got 50 more shirts, and I changed the colors around a little bit. I dropped them that next week, and I sold out again in 2 days. I was like, damn, I may be on to something. And that was it, man. Literally, like, the rest is history. But what made me do it specifically at that time, just kind of backtrack a little bit, I was working this job, and I liked the job. It was a cool job, but I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I felt like I got to find a way to get up out of here, you know what I'm saying, and find something that I like to do, because I just knew deep down, I was like, I don't want to end up settling for a life that I'm not happy with, you know what I'm saying? So that's how the whole thing really came together, like Dream Big or Live Small. It didn't have nothing to do with money or nothing like that. Just like if you're not living the type of life that you want to live, you're living small. So that's why it really stuck with me, and it stayed with me so much. And man, really, man, like the rest is history. Because after that, man, we kept it pushing, and man, we've never looked back since. And 2020, man, like almost 9 years later, and man, we still pushing, man. Dream big and live small. Yeah.
So what was it like for you to walk off your job and be like, I'm gonna go full force with the brand, knowing that the guaranteed income once you walk out this door is like gone. Now you're gonna have to, eat what you kill. In other words, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks. It was scary. It was scary. It was scary at first. You know what I'm saying? Like the thought of it. At the time, I had 2 kids, and man, we were just starting to catch up on bills and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I had got laid off from GM like a couple years previous or whatnot. So I really kind of got myself in like a little hole. And I'm at this other job, and I'm making pretty decent money. It's one of those jobs here in Shreveport that if you got this job, you stay at this job for the rest of your life.
Right.
Till you retire. And I was making decent money, but man, I hated it, man. Working 12-hour shifts, man, 4 to 4. Super dangerous job too, man. Super dangerous job. And I just remember being at the job and thinking, if I put these same amount of hours that I'm putting up into this person's grind, the owner of Calumet, if I put this into my own grind, I know I can make it. At the very least, I can get by. And I was watching Eric Thomas, man, and
E.T.
Eric Thomas, man, and Eric Thomas had dropped a video where he was talking about sometimes you gotta sink your ship, sometimes you gotta sink your own ship, and he was talking about being at a land or being on a land. There was a group of people that was on this land, and they weren't being treated right, so they gathered up all their stuff, they hopped up on this boat, and they traveled and they made it to this new land. Now, they didn't know what was at this new land, but they knew that they didn't want to go back to the old land. So when they made it to the new land, they got out of it and like they sunk their ship, or like they set their ship on fire. So they could never go back to where they came from. So I watched that like the night before I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Like that really had kind of like gave me the motivation to quit. And I remember them asking me, the union rep, it's like, hey man, you could put in, like a 2 weeks notice and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta burn my shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. Like when I leave here, cause they knew I was finna leave, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, if I leave here and I put my 2 weeks notice in, then that's a plan B for me to fall back on in case this don't work.
Right.
And I didn't want that. I'm the type of person that you put me in a position where I either got to sink or swim. Man, I'm a swim every time. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be in that type of position. Although it was scary, it was necessary at the same time. So it was a scary move, but it's the best move I ever made, man. That was back in 2013. I've never worked for no one else since then. Now, it hadn't always been the easiest, but it's definitely been satisfying, you know what I'm saying, to say the least. And now, like I tell anybody, you do anything long enough, man, you're going to get really good at it. So
enough.
That's where I feel like I'm at now. Like everything else is second nature to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer trying to survive at doing this business. Nah, bro, we thriving. You know what I'm saying? And that's the plan. That was the plan from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was going to have to go through some hardships here and there with the business and like a few little struggles, but I knew that time would pass eventually, and I will get into a season to where we're fully thriving and I'm able to see the fruits of it. And we're there and we're steady climbing, you know what I'm saying? And we're getting better and better. Yeah.
Man, how do you come up with all these dope ideas? I mean, ever since I've even been dealing with since 2017, I swear you don't put out about, I can't even put a number on it.
That's
so
crazy.
Many different shirts, so many different quotes, so many different designs. Is it like, you just constantly thinking new ideas, or people give them to you, or you see something on TV that kind of just...
Anything can catch my eye or catch my ear, but I'm gonna be real with you. Every drop that I've ever put out meant something to me personally. Like Better Yourself, which is one of our biggest, it's still going to this day.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Like that was personal. That wasn't nothing that no one else gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like that was personal to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I had to do in order to become a full-time like entrepreneur. I had to take a chance on myself. I had to, like, it was a gamble. I didn't know that things were going to turn out good or not, but I chose to bet on myself. Same thing with Fear Is Not Real. You know what I'm saying? There was a point in time I was scared to make the type of moves that I was making. But I know I didn't want fear to paralyze me, but it was there. So I had to tell myself over and over, man, this ain't even real. You know what I'm saying? Fear is not real. Master your thoughts. Like, that's another one. I got to a certain point where I had to become very intentional with my thoughts every day. And that's when I got into the mode of doing like my affirmations and stuff like that. So I was in that stage and I was like, you know what? Master your thoughts. Like, that's where I'm at right now. So wherever I'm at determines what type of drop I'm on, like what season I am in my life.